So I remember sitting down with a friend from the Filipino American Student Union at my school, and I was like, hey, what do I do this summer? Like, I know that I want to do organizing. I know I want to grow my organizing skills. Should I do that in the Asian American movement? Or should I do that with a LGBTQ group? And he just kind of looked at me for a second with a puzzled look on his face. And he said, Sammy, you don't have to choose. You can do both. In 2004, there was not as many organizations working at the intersection of Asian American, Pacific Islander identity, and LGBTQ communities. So APIENC started at that time as a coalition who really said, we need a progressive voice to speak directly to API communities and talk about why our stories and experiences are important, and to intervene in the really harmful narrative from LGBTQ communities that all queer folks are white and they want to get married and they want to have a white picket fence in a family. A lot of what CAA did at that time was make a stance very clear that I think helped set a precedent for other organizations in the Asian American movement to say, LGBTQ issues are Asian American issues, and we have to understand them as linked in order to move forward. So after the Supreme Court ruled on the Defense of Marriage Act, a lot of funders thought that gay people are good, gay rights achieved, everyone is safe and healthy and fine. And that's not true. Marriage equality was one fight that was meaningful to a lot of people, but it was not the fight. And so when I came in, APIENC was in a moment of deep reflection and transformation. We were shifting from an organization that was about policy change and about advocacy to an organization that was really rooted in community-based programs. APIENC creates space for people to understand their histories, access their traumas, and transform to be something much more than those. And so as much as we build up organizing programs and think about specific ways to cause system change, we also have to take care of each other in the day-to-day of that work. We're talking about helping people reclaim their own power, understand their values, get grounded in their history, and make plans for how they are going to become lifelong organizers that work towards social change in a way that is collectively minded and visionary. For so many of us, our communities, our parents, our families' fears about being LGBTQ is not purely just homophobia or transphobia. It's fear that their children will not live happy lives. And I think that that's so critical because what we're fighting for as an organization is not full community. We're fighting for full safety. We're fighting for the ability of our people to be in our families and not have to leave to find freedom.